So, middle of the June, there will be a 1-day meditation. So I will create a poster and then distribute. And whoever wants to join, then they can come and attend that 1-day retreat. So that's the middle of the June.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I come back from America, then we can have that 1-day retreat. And then on the 6th of July, we will have a blessing ceremony for the new building by inviting a few monks. But the actual opening ceremony will be next year. There are so many things we still need to do. This morning I ordered 9 marker stones. So these 9 marker stones will come, and then after that some other things has to be done. So that's why the official opening ceremony will be following year. And that's also kind of celebrating 10th year of being in the West Hill.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. So 10th year.
Would you like...
We're still here.
Yeah.
So, and that's happening.
I don't know where that time's going.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it just feels like it's been going on.
Yes. So time flies so quick. And me personally, being in the UK, 20 years. 20 years being in the UK. So next year we will do that one. And now closer, this Sunday, we will have this Asian New Year celebration. So you're welcome to join and test different varieties of food. And this year, this evening, I ordered 2 bulk bags of sands to create sand pagodas, so that everybody have a chance to play with the sand. So going back to be a little boys and a girls playing with the sands and sand pagodas, building a sand pagodas. So and there's 2 days. We'll encourage members to help making this a flag, different colors flags, so that you can mark, what's called, put on the sand pagodas. Now the sand pagodas, this is a tradition in Thailand, that whenever you come to the temple is a sacred place. Yeah, temple is a sacred place. The temple is being sponsored by so many people. Yeah? So as a result of that, it's a communal place, communal property. Now they have this concept that when you come to the temple, you take something without knowing, unintentionally. You may take something away from the temple. Now, since being a communal property, we should not be taking it away. So yearly, then this is the tradition that in remote villages in Thailand, early morning, along with the monks and every villagers will go to the river to collect the sand. Right? So bucket of the sand, each and every one will bring and make a sand pagodas as a mark of that unintentionally or intentionally I may have taken something without the permission. Now that's the opportunity to pay it back. So by sand, that's why sand is uncountable. So you are bringing the sand back to the temple. And then you're making the pagoda as a form of an expression of a gratitude to the teachings. Right? So that's why this tradition is there. And then I thought that on the day, normally, children will find a little boring. So this is a good thing to introduce them. So let them have a messy hands. So that's why I ordered this 2 bags of sand. So that will be there on this Sunday. Right, so these things are happening, and a few monks are coming up here as well to stay. Not next week, but probably end of this month. So, like that. Okay. Right. Anybody wants to share or ask any questions? These are from me.
That post that you put on Facebook last night with the rings of fire, what was that to celebrate?
So that's called a fire labyrinth. And that fire labyrinth, Bruce normally organizes it to celebrate the spring equinox. So changing from winter to the spring. On that day, normally we have that organized, and then we walk around and celebrating a new season. So that is a picture.
So we missed it.
This year we didn't do it.
No?
Because some year you can't do it because of the wind and because of the weather. So we can't do it. And in the meantime, we need Bruce to organize it.
It's very cool.
He is the man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
He's done it he's done it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need a Bruce to do that. And he has stories to tell about it. And he knows that. So that's called a fire labyrinth. Celebrating a new seasons. That's normally December the 21st and March the 21st. These are, and then I think around June that's as well. So that. Okay, and anything? Anybody? That's our friend. It's up in. Okay. Nothing? Okay. So, it's been a while I am fighting with myself, right? And that fighting is about finding a comfortable with the sleepiness, right? Finding a comfortable in the sleepiness, being sleepiness. Now, when we look at the modern world, particularly busy world, in this so-called epoch, there is this a lack of a sleepiness, and there are so many videos you can find on YouTube, and there are so many different types of therapies been introduced, and you have to pay quite a bit of money to get those treatments, and that's simply to let you sleep. So you pay so that you can have a good night's sleep. And there are so many varieties of pills that will take you to sleep as well. So when you look at that one, I remember a couple of years ago, I was asked to give a talk on how to tackle with insomnia. And I didn't know how to tackle with that one. Because we always talk about how to deal with the sleepiness. Yeah? We always talk about how to deal with the sleepiness, that we need to wake up, not sleeping. And here comes talking about insomnia, and then I thought, goodness me, it's completely opposite than what I've been talking. Right? So, in Buddhism, particularly in a meditation, we come across with this sleepiness quite a lot. And we become very comfortable with that too. And it's very easy to go into the sleepy mode. And this sleepiness or sleepy mode, I have been fighting with it a couple of years now. So whenever I sit down and meditate, I meditate and I think that I am aware. I think I am aware, but when I look at the videos, I was sleeping. Right? I was sleeping, and much of the time I will be sleeping. But in my consciousness, I feel that I am awake. Right? And then in the meantime, the funny part is, when I meditate, I feel like I am sleeping, but I'm not sleeping too long. I'm not sleeping like from that the moment. I felt like I was continuing meditating, and then when let's say we are sitting for half an hour, just before the half an hour, it's like my consciousness back, and it's like I'm just still continuous meditating, and I feel like I'm still aware, and I'm coming back to the normal, like that. That was my delusion. When I look at the videos, and also sometimes people came for meditation, then they said that, Achan, you're sleeping. And Gavin also have said that as well, seen as well. And that actually been 3-4 years now, maybe. I'm just still fighting with that. And it's still very difficult to overcome. Sometimes I use all the techniques that Buddha mentioned, and still somehow can't. however, I have tried certain occasions, and then I found that that must be the reason as well, that why I go into sleepy mode. Right? And that, suppose if I have a good rest before the meditation in the evening, then I can concentrate and I can be mindful of whatever things are happening, and I'm not in a sleepy mode. I think again. Okay? So that is. So now these modes again. So first of all, the sleepiness is a hindrance in Buddhism. That's why I said when I was asked to give a talk in insomnia, then it's like I am encouraging to improve with hindrances. So it's in a practice of a meditation, sleepiness is hindrances, and that is obstacles for the development of a meditation. And that's simply because of the mind goes into the drowsiness, mind goes into the dullness. Mind is in a state that half conscious or completely went into so-called subconscious state. In Buddhism, there is a word called a bhavanga. So it's a settled mind, completely disconnected from all the sensual action, sensual activities. So it's a sleeping mode. So it's a bhavanga, but it has another object that continues the lifespan. So that's the sleepy mode. Okay. Now in the practice, actually we have to overcome from this sleepiness, not falling into the sleepiness. Now, the reason behind not going into the sleepy mode, so that once we are clear, then we can see through what's happening inside. It's like the simile the Buddha gave. The moment of a sleepiness is like having lots of algae in the pond that you cannot see through what is inside the pond. So mind is like a ground of so many other things, and then we cannot see through the true mind. So that's the reason why we should not be in a sleepy mode. Now, the reason in the practice of a meditation that we normally go into the sleepy mode, there are two things mainly. Right? Number one, physical tiredness. Right? And physically, when you are tired, then you need physical rest. Right? And this physical tiredness also conditions mental tiredness as well. Right? And this physical tiredness normally occurs due to the strain that we have done. It can be our eyes, so it doesn't mean that you have to work hard and you feel tired, physically working, but also gazing on something like let's say watching movies or working on a computer. That's also a strain the body. You can be very tired. Same with the hearing. Right? When you are listening aloud to music for constantly a couple of hours, then that also makes you tired as well. Right? And then same with eating. Too much food, that also makes your body tired as well. And then also the weather can influence you as well. Too much cold, then again, you want to go to sleep. That's why during the winter time, lots of people put a weight on it. And then in the summertime, or even a little bit of a sunshine and a bit of warm, you want to lie down, get rest, enjoy. Right? So these are the causes of the sleepiness that comes. And which is again inevitable that when these things happens, you do need to have a rest. So that's the first thing. Now second is mentally tired. Yeah. Have you ever felt mentally tired?
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
That's why I come here.
So mentally can be very tired as well. And mentally we become very tired because we think too much. We expect too much, and then we do not get it, or just thinking, randomly thinking this and that, thinking all sort of things. It's like going to the Tesco's and you do not know why you are there. And then, so you get tired, mentally tired. And then, that moment also, you will have this sleepiness. Right? Now, question is, when you're meditating and you feel sleepy, is that good or bad?
Can be good, maybe, if you're very relaxed. Yeah. As long as you don't fall asleep, it's okay to feel sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to feel tired as long as you don't fall asleep when you're meditating.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Because usually I've only done it a couple of times, falling asleep, and I've ended up waking up with my head on my lap with a really sore neck. You know, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've fallen asleep with actually, you know what I mean, like, and then like drifted in and out and not kind of knowing.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you are on a retreat, if you're doing meditation retreat, and let's say you go for a 10 days retreat, after 3 days, if you feel sleepy, then not good. But during this 3 days, if you feel sleepy, that's okay. Right? In the retreat, I'm talking about during the retreat time. But we, as are not in the retreat, casually doing this practice, and we never know when and how our mind and our body feeling tired. And as a result of that, when we meditate, and if we really feel tired and sleepy and sleeping even during the meditation, that's fine. Do not fuss about it, and do not make a story of it. Just relax. And this is the perfect moment that you are relaxing and having a complete rest, both body and the mind. Now the only trouble is, do not feel comfortable with it. And then always, I'm feeling tired, I needed sleeping, and you just come and meditate. So that's not a good intention. So that's the only danger there. But obviously, if you can maintain that you don't have to go to sleep, or your mind is always awake, then obviously that brings a lot of wisdom. If your mind is sharp and fully aware and awake, and whatever things are happening, you're able to be mindful of that. Whatever things that you are intending to pay attention to, you're able to pay attention to without any trouble. while you are paying attention to that, as your mind settled, and because of that settling mind, your mind is also very sharp and fully awake, you will be able to recognize whatever coming, hitting your mind through the senses. And you realize, this comes, that comes. Right? So that's why it's okay to be like that. Either sleeping mode to begin with, and then a second, the awake mode. Now the sleeping mode, after you have practiced for some times, that's why I said, initial stage when you feel sleepy, that's fine, but need to continue practicing. And the sleep, once our mind and our body got the complete rest, it simply becomes awake. Naturally, it becomes awake. And that moment again, you will have a sharp awareness, and you become very alert and become very observant. So with that, then you will develop more wisdom, aware of things, what is happening. Now if in the retreat and then you feel very tired and very sleepiness in that moment, and again there are certain ways to deal with that the Buddha mentioned. So the first thing is change your perception of paying attention to the object, the primary object, to do something else. While you're sitting, suppose you're meditating and you feel very drowsy and sleepy, and you're paying attention to the breathing in and breathing out, or rising and falling of your abdomen, then rather than paying attention to it, pay attention to something else. Let's say feeling, there's a body scan. So that's another one. You can do a body scan. But you're still sitting, you do a body scan. So that's why it says we have to have a lot of patience in it as well, and very clever as well. So doing a body scan. Now when we do the body scan, because we have so many objects to play with, the sleep mode will go on. Because sleep mode is the mode that our mind is having only one object and satisfied with it. Then we become sleepy. But here we give this mind to think about so many other objects. Then it's automatically wakes. Now, despite of doing that, again, sometimes you still feel sleepy. In those cases, then the Buddha instructed that whatever you have learned something on something, or whatever you just had done something, then reflecting on that. So rather than meditating, suppose you're planning of something, plan about it. Suppose you're thinking of shopping in a Tesco's. Think about it, comparing the price from Tesco to Asda. Then this makes you wake. But in the Buddhist principles, it's not about comparing the price in the Tesco's or in the Asda, but the Buddha said, bringing some dhammas or some principles, and then thinking about it, how does it work? How can I apply this in my practice and have it understood properly with that? So so-called inquisitive, investigating on a certain things. Now, even do that, even you're doing that, you still feel sleepy. Then stand up. Stand up, and then sometimes, as I mentioned last week, I think, about the standing up and you feel sleepy, and then sometimes dozed off as well. In those cases, again and again, do the walking meditation, And even doing a walking meditation, there is a possibility that you may feel sleepy. And if you feel sleepy, then go and wash your face with a cold water. Right? And if you still feel sleepy, what will you do?
Go to bed.
Go to bed. So, now these stages of a practice to overcome the sleepiness, this technique was given by the Buddha to one of the very famous monks, his left-hand side attendants, who had a lot of magical powers. According to the scripture, it says that he had the similar capability equal to the Buddha in terms of the psychic powers, magic powers. He could fly, he could read, he could all sort of things, do all sort of things. Now he was experiencing this sleepiness. Whenever he meditates, always dozing off like this. Always dozing off. Then one day Buddha was sitting meditating, and Buddha saw that he's always in that mode. Then he instructed these steps to follow. And according to the scripture, it says that after he followed that, he managed to overcome this hindrance of sleepiness. And that's how he overcome that. So that's the Moggallana. That's the Venerable Moggallana. Right? So that's why this is what I'm saying, that now the reason, another reason that we have to see here, now it says worldly engagement. So that means the more we engage with the world, different activities and different sorts of things that you have to deal with, then that is one of the causes. So that's why in a practice, one of the requirements that if you are going to do the meditation and then gain the benefit of it, less work physically, and the connection or the interaction with the world, less interaction with the world. So in the commentaries, one of the very famous book called the Visuddhimagga, the Path of Purification, it says, a monk who wishes to develop his practice, search a place or a monastery which has no construction going on, which has less people interact, and those sort of things. Then focused, and then there is no trouble with accommodation, no trouble with eating, no trouble with clothing, no trouble with security. And once you have that situation, then focus your attention in your body, in your feeling, in your mind, and the natural phenomena. If you have done that, so then, if not 7 days, at least after 7 years, you will be enlightened. Either one stage or the complete of a fourth stage, like that. So that's why it's the sleepiness that's not easy to overcome. It's not easy to overcome. But the beauty is that if we can overcome it, then it's just perfect. But there are some institutions, meditation centers, they encourage not good. Right? But however, there are these practices going on. But there is one particular institute in Thailand. You have to practice, or you have to, so this retreat called the 21 days retreat. Okay? In that 21 days retreat, 17, 18, 19, so 3 days, at the end of those 3 days, you have to practice that. Yeah. But they can do it because they've been practicing and they are constantly in that mood. And then because of that, constantly in that mood, so their awareness is so sharp, it's completely developed. So they could do that. And there is no doubt of that. So you can do it if you've been doing like that. But I would not recommend to someone who just came for a short period of a practice and then you must do this. Then that will be the first and the last for that person. Okay, so that's the sleepiness. So that's why when we look at the modern concept of this insomnia, it seems like it doesn't apply in Buddhism. If you know how to rest yourself physically and mentally, the sleepiness is just to fall in. So that's why when I was invited to give this talk, I felt like I always feel sleepy. And then the reason I always feel sleepy because when I meditate, my mind and my body rests and there is no other thoughts. This thought becomes just the one and I can go to sleep without any trouble. So that's why wherever I go, doesn't matter which place I am, doesn't matter whether that's comfortable or not comfortable beds, I could sleep without any trouble. All in our mind, that how can we settle ourselves. But I do have a recollection that there was one day, or one night, I could not sleep. I could not sleep one night. And I was struggling. And the reason I couldn't sleep, I was thinking about buying this property to move in here. And we didn't have the money. And then, how can we buy this one? And then I was talking to a lender. So we're talking and she said, it's okay, no problem, Machan, you can go ahead. But it can be turned down at any time. So I was thinking about what if it turned down. Like that. So what if, like that. And then in the meantime, I had this, I had to go to the school, the university next day, early morning, 6 o'clock. And I was saying, go to sleep, you have a class tomorrow. Go to sleep, you have a class tomorrow. And then another, no, what if? So I was just flipping here, flipping there, flipping here. And then, the more you think of sleeping, you can't sleep. Then, in the middle of the night, maybe about 2 o'clock, if I remember correctly, that awareness is like a thing, light bulb just turn on. Then, okay, whatever will be, will be. So, then I just spend my time observing this bodily sensation and did the body scan practice. Feel this duvet touching my body and feel the warmness, and then I went to sleep. So the sleepiness is the moment that we have only one object and we feel comfortable with it and satisfied, and then we go to sleep. We can't go to sleep the moment when we are having so many things going on and the question of what if. Okay? So the practice of a meditation is like a free pill so that you have in your hands. All what you need is know that I have it, and let's eat it. And go to sleep and have a nice, good dreams. Okay, so I end here. Any question or anything you want to share? Otherwise, we do the loving kindness practice. Anything? No? Okay, let's do the loving kindness meditation to finish that one. So bring attention to the moment, aware of yourself here and now, and spend some time reflecting today's subject of discussion, sleepiness. attention to the sensations of your body. We'll practice the loving kindness meditation, so feel the sensations in your body. And to your hands. Feel the sensations in your hand. And shift your attention to your heart. Feel the beating heart. Or you may perhaps smile on your face and feel the connection with your heart. And as you feel the connection with your heart, generating loving kindness and compassion to yourself. Allowing yourself to be happy, at peace and free from suffering. You may recite mentally, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be free from suffering, may I be peaceful. May I be liberated, liberated. Similarly, sharing loving kindness and compassion to all other sentient beings, starting from near dear one, or any particular person that you think they need the most at the moment. And sharing these loving thoughts. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be at peace, may you be free from suffering, may you be liberated, liberated. And extending it to the entire universe, whatever beings there are, visible and invisible beings. May they be well, may they be happy, may they be at peace, may they be free from suffering, may they be liberated, liberated. Bring your attention to your hands. Feel the sensations in your hands. And to your body. Feel the sensations in your body. And to your eyes. Creating intention to open your eyes and come out from the practice as you hear the gong. And reflect for a few moments. Araham Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhaṃ Bhagavantaṃ Abhivādimi Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami Subhadipranno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sangham Namami